Hello and welcome back to Tea for Kings, Tea for Peasants. My name is Kayla and welcome to another one of my tea talks. That's just where I sit down with a cup of tea and I talk about some stuff. So today I am sipping some almond sugar cookie from Simpson & Dale, and I have that in a little teacup here. And I'm going to be talking about a tea company that I just recently discovered called Steepology. Steepology is a company that started in 2016 in Seattle. So their flagship store, their main store and their original store is in Seattle. And I just sort of stumbled across them. I was in Seattle with my sister for my birthday as just like a sort of a fun little celebration thing that we were doing together. And we were just walking around and we just saw this sign and I was like, oh, Steepology. And something in my mind was like, oh, that sounds familiar. And so we decided to go in, and the tea guide was super nice and helpful, and she sort of showed us around the layout, and I was kind of thirsty, so I decided to get an iced tea from them. And so the tea guide helped me like pick out what type of tea I should get based off of just like telling her the type of teas that I liked iced, and it was a really nice experience. The shop was just very like welcoming feeling. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was just very like aesthetically pleasing. So it's a very like clean cut. It looks super nice and elegant on the inside. And so a couple days, maybe like a week after that, I went into the Alderwood Mall and I realized that the reason I had heard the name Steepology before was because there's a store opening in the Alderwood Mall. And usually when I'm at the Alderwood Mall, I'm there to go to David's Tea because that is the only David's Tea in Washington. So I was like, oh my goodness, this store is opening up here. I had really enjoyed my experience at the Seattle store, and I was super excited to have this store opening up in Alderwood Mall. So I was really excited to have this store open. So I looked them up on Instagram, and I ended up like a couple of days after I had actually gone to Seattle, I ended up actually posting a picture that I took with the iced tea that I purchased. And they actually reposted it on their Instagram, so one of their posts was from me. And I ended up commenting on one of their posts asking when the Alderwood Mall store was going to open. And I followed them on Instagram, and I was really... The nice thing about it is that the owners, Andrea and Joe, they post about their updates on their new stores. So they were every once in a while like posting updates on the Alderwood Mall store and how that was going. So it was really cool to kind of see. And so I commented on one of their posts when it was going to open. They said it was opening June 15th. So I was like, okay, I'm going on June 15th. And I actually created an event in my calendar and set a reminder for the day of and the day before so that I would like remember to go. And that day I decided to go in, and I went into the store, and it's really nice. The Alderwood Mall store it's very spacious, and they have all of their tea blends lining the walls. A little while ago I posted on Instagram about the store, and it looks so nice on the inside. They have like their walls are lined with like their tea tins, and they have like beautiful decorations and things up, and I really like going into that store. So it's definitely a store that I have decided is like every time I go to Alderwood Mall, I go in there. They sell all of their teas only in 2-ounce increments, so at David's Tea you can get like half an ounce or an ounce or something like that. Honestly, it's gone cold. I've been talking for so long. Anyway, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about some things about this company. I ended up like going on their website, and they also have an app, and I was just kind of like perusing and looking around, and so I discovered some like really cool things about them. So they have over 300 tea blends, which is a lot of tea blends. For a company that has, I think it's like 4 stores open now, like that's a lot of tea blends. So they really have a great variety, which is really nice. In their stores, the blends are divided up by tea type, so it's divided up by like, they have herbal, rooibos, they have Kenyan purple tea, they have white teas, pu'ers, and then black and green tea and oolongs. So they really have like every type of tea, even including like, I think it's really cool that they actually have Kenyan purple tea as well, because that's not something that you see all the time. So it's really cool that they offer a couple of those blends as well. One thing that I find really interesting and really cool about this tea company is that they can really guarantee their freshness of all of their teas. Even though they have like such a big variety, they make everything in such small batches and they send it only to the stores that like need that tea. And so because it's coming in such a small amount, they're monitoring, like it says on their website, like they're literally monitoring daily what kinds of tea they need and making sure that they're not keeping the teas for too long of a shelf life. So everything is coming to the customer super fresh, which I really appreciate. Another thing that I really like about the way that they package their tea is that when they give it to you, they heat seal it, which I really like, because it means that I don't feel obligated to like use this tea up right away. Because when you buy a new tea and you open it, particularly if you're just planning on leaving it in the bag, the air can get to the tea and that just automatically, the tea starts to lose some of its flavor and the ingredients start to lose their freshness. So the fact that they heat seal their bags so that no air is getting inside means that I can leave these teas on my shelf for months and they're not gonna lose their freshness, which is amazing, because that will happen whenever a bag isn't heat sealed, or unless you're going to put it into a tin, which I don't tend to put teas in tins if I'm not planning on buying more of them. So because I haven't tried these teas yet, I don't know if I want to buy more, so I don't necessarily want to open them right away. So I've bought 3 teas from them and I haven't opened any of them or tried any of them, but I will be doing that soon, and I will probably post reviews of all of them as well. But anyway, that's all to say, they have a huge variety of tea, which is really cool. So as far as I can tell, they have Steepology has 4 stores. So there's the flagship store in Seattle, which I've been to. There's obviously the Alderwood Mall location, which is the closest location to me. There is one in the South Center Mall as well, and they also have a Hawaii store, which I think is really interesting. It does definitely sound like, from what I can tell, I mean, the store opened in 2016, I think, so it's a relatively new tea company. They are definitely growing fast from what I can tell. I mean, to have opened in 2016 and already have 4 stores, and they were talking on Instagram the other day about how actually the Alderwood Mall store is becoming one of their most popular stores and has even been doing better than their Seattle store, which is apparently a first for them. So they seem to be doing really well with all of their stores that they have open. So I was looking on their about page, and the slogan for this company is "Tea makes us better," and they said that they really stand by that, and that tea is like both beneficial for us. And one thing that I liked is that they really stress that like tea is for everyone and it really brings us all together. And you know, my username is like Tea for Kings, Tea for Peasants, like that idea that tea really does bring people together, and it's something that's for everyone. And so I don't know, I just liked that agreement there. It's just kind of cool, you know. They have a quote on their website where they say that they focus on one thing: delicious, high quality tea, which I think is really great, because if you're really focusing on creating good tasting tea that's a good quality, you're gonna be bringing out those good products. And one last little fact about them is that in 2017, they were actually ranked the #1 tea shop in Seattle. So that is actually pretty cool. Seattle is obviously known much more for coffee than it is for tea. I mean, in Seattle, we have the Northwest Tea Festival. So even though Seattle is focused on tea, like we actually have a fairly popular tea festival over here. And so for this company that just started in 2016 to, 1 year after they started, be named the #1 tea company in Seattle is really cool. And I can definitely understand why, because even though I've only been, now I've been in 3 times, but every single time I've received amazing customer service. And if that's how everyone's experience always is, then like I can definitely see how they got to where they are, because I've had an amazing experience every time. So anyway, now I'm going to talk about the teas that I've actually purchased and a little bit of why I purchased them. So the first one is I bought this Thai tea, and this is the label. I believe that this is actually an old label and they're not labeling their teas with like this specific sticker anymore. But I actually think it's kind of cute because they have so let's see if you can see this. So it's the tea types listed at the top, with inside it says what they are, and it says the temperatures in both Fahrenheit and Celsius. And it has the colors that they're listed by in the store as well. And it has the length of the tea bag corresponds to what the steep time is. So if you look at it, it says like it's like 1 to 2 minutes, and it's a shorter bag, or like the longer the time it is, it's a longer like string on the tea bag. I don't know, I just think that's super cute. This is Thai tea. So this tea is a black tea with star anise and vanilla extract. No, first of all, that sounds really good to me because I like vanilla and I like star anise and I love black tea. So that just does sound like a tea that I would really like. But the real reason that I purchased this is because I really want to make a Thai iced tea. I bought this tea to try it because I think that it would be really good, because it already has that star anise in it and some vanilla flavoring, and like I just think that it's gonna be really good. The next thing that I bought is this tropical Earl Grey. It also has this label. So this is a black tea with safflowers, marigolds, tropical extract, and bergamot extract. And the reason I bought this is because there is a tea company in Leavenworth called Cup and Kettle, and they sell this tea called Tropical Earl. And it is so good. It has like, just has this like nice like coconutty tropical flavor to it, and it's really, really good. And I just finished it, and you can't really order online from them. They don't really have an online store. And I don't plan on going to Leavenworth anytime soon, so I just finished it and I don't have any more. So I have decided that I've actually been looking around for other like tropical flavored Earl Greys, and so I saw this and I decided to try some of it. So that's the tropical Earl Grey. And the last tea that I have is it's called Winnie the Pooh and Caramel 2. So this is a black tea with honey pollen, vanilla extract, and caramel extract. And this tea, I unfortunately can't open it up to smell it because it is heat sealed, but it smelled so good. It just had this like really sweet aroma to it. It smelled amazing. But this is the label that's on this one, which is slightly different. But it has, so it says black loose tea at the bottom, and it has the amount of tea that you should put in. So it says 1 tablespoon to 12 ounces of water at 195 degrees for 4 to 6 minutes. And I believe that this is their new label. When I went in on their opening day, they said that they were just getting in their new labels. So they had new labels on all of their tea tins on their walls. And I think he said that they were getting new labels for their teas. So I think that this is a new thing and the other ones aren't there anymore. Because, I mean, if you're buying a black tea, you don't really need information for a green tea or something like that. So it is kind of nice that you don't have more information than you need. But I'm probably, when I do finish those teas, I will actually probably cut out that label and keep it because I think it's really cute. But anyway, I digress. So this tea, the reason I bought this one is because I want to try making bubble tea. So I've been on the lookout for a tea that I think would work really well. I was actually looking for a strawberry tea, but I ended up just getting this black tea. My favorite kind of bubble tea to get whenever I do actually go out for boba is I get a strawberry milk tea. But it's kind of hard to find strawberry teas that don't curdle in milk. And I could, of course, find like a coconut milk, but I don't really like coconut milk very much, so I don't know that I want to buy a whole thing of coconut milk for something that I'm not even sure if I'll like it. So that's why I bought this one, because I think that this would make a really good bubble tea. So I am definitely going to try making that Thai iced tea and the bubble tea, and hopefully it will work out. So that has been my look into Steepology. I mean, this is just sort of a reiteration of my earlier sentiments, but I have thoroughly enjoyed everything from this tea company. They've been super kind on Instagram, pretty quick to reply to comments or questions or anything like that, and so I've just been super impressed by them, and I'm really happy that there is one that is now pretty close to me. So that is my sort of overview of Steepologie Teas. I don't even know what this was. It was a tea talk where I drank very little tea because I got too excited about talking about tea. So that is all for now, but thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe down below. And you can also comment down below if you've ever heard of Steepology or been into the store or anything like that. I don't know. Or if there's any like other tea companies near you that you really like. But yeah, leave a comment down below. That'd be great. But that is all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy sipping.